Week 6 is complete, and we're now halfway through the first block. I'm finally happy with how the last couple of chin-up reps looked this week, and I also got a 4th rep on bench before going to absolute war with this 5th rep. Which, as you saw, did not go my way this time. But, I'm not shy about showing the odd failed rep here and there. These things happen. Yeah, nothing else particularly noteworthy on upper one. Just everything moving pretty well, to be honest. Lower one was a really good session. I think I hit all reps on everything, even with weight increases across, all movements. It was actually really nice how solid squats are feeling. What's really cool is that I wrote down weight targets for almost all lifts on the plan, with the aim to try and hit them by the end of the 3rd block at the beginning of January. On a lot of lifts, I didn't really know what was realistic, so some of my targets might be way off, like either too optimistic or too pessimistic. But for squats, the target was 140 kilos, and next week I'll be hitting 130. Now, I'm not saying that I'll keep the same momentum that I've had over these last 6 weeks. Inevitably, things will slow down, but things are still feeling really good, and it's a real possibility that I could reach that 140 target before the end of this first block. Which would just be absolutely nuts. It might not happen, but certainly by the end of block 3, I would expect to be well past 140. So I had a major dumbass moment at the start of upper 2 this week on the bench. Throughout all of the sets, my right arm and pec were feeling so much more fatigued and pumped than the left side, but I was a bit too in the zone to think about it too much at the time. It was only when I was unloading the bar that I realised that on one side I put a 1.25 kilo plate and on the other a 2.5 kilo plate, hence the slight imbalance on the right side. So while I was initially a bit disappointed with only hitting the same reps as last week, I did technically hit them with a bit more weight, so I'm hoping that next week, as long as I can load the bar correctly, I might be able to gain a rep or two. I was pretty chuffed about hitting all the chest fly reps this week though. I really like that movement a lot. It's tough, but I'll be making some very small weight jumps on it from now on. They all add up over time. So that's good. The weather was good for the second lower session, so if I get outside for the squats and the RDLs, gives a different camera angle. I know these clips might get a bit boring, always just being roughly from the same spots, but it's kind of how it is. Anyway, both of these move great. I think the regular squats, the Superman squats, and the RDLs are probably the movements that I'm most excited about seeing progress on. They're obviously the biggest lifts in the plan. That's probably a part of it. Like, they're the most impressive lifts to me. But I am keen to see my bench go up as well. I'm not really much of a presser or a bencher, so if I can get all of the 4 sets up to 100 kilos with the short rest, that would be awesome. But very good week. Halfway through the block. Still jazzed. Still looking forward to seeing where we can push things. So till next time.